Hello, bonjour, my friends, my fellow wine connoisseurs and wine lovers. Welcome to your new Bonheur Private Wines video, brought to you by the best wine club in America, where we learn about wine here together weekly. When summer comes around, and it's definitely here, and the days are really long and the sun is really golden, there's a glow over the landscape in the afternoon and all evening, there's an undeniable shift in our culinary and social inclinations, what we want to eat and what we want to drink. We want al fresco dining, some lazy afternoons and vibrant gatherings, and with it comes a natural desire for refreshment and something tasty. While wine is a year-round pleasure, I'm not going to say otherwise, the warmer months inspire a distinct preference for bottles that are crisp and light and utterly invigorating. Forget the heavy reds of winter. Summer is the season for wines that dance on the palate, offering a cool counterpoint to the heat. Sure, beer is an option, but it's not quite as refined. You can check out my video about the fundamental difference between wine and beer. Here, we want, at the end of the day, wine. We are wine connoisseurs. So here are my top 10 suggestions of really summery wines. We'll finish with the sparklings. Let's go. A quintessentially summery wine is often characterized by a bright acidity. We want lower alcohol content as well, and a profile that leans towards fruit-forward notes rather than complex tannins or oak. So, Rosé in all its glorious shades, from pale salmon, which is going to be drier in general, to a more vibrant fuchsia pink color, which are generally going to be a bit sweeter. Well, they are undisputed champions of summer. Versatility is unmatched here, capable of pairing with everything from grilled seafood, fresh salads to charcuterie or even light dessert. So a dry, crisp Provence Rosé, which is a dry French style with delicate red berries and citrus notes, is the epitome of summer elegance, perfect for a poolside sip or a sunset toast. Why not try Brad Pitt's Rosé? Or at least you can watch my video where I tasted it, and it's actually really good. But beyond Rosé, the world of white wines offers an abundance of summer-friendly options indeed. Sauvignon Blanc, with its zesty grapefruit, the passion fruit and the herbaceous undertones, provides a refreshing burst of acidity and aromas that cut through the richness of summer dishes. That would be my personal favorite if you'd ask me. I love a good Sauvignon Blanc, Sancerre from California, and I'd pair it with my favorite foods in summer. Goat cheese is delicious with Sauvignon Blanc, and I love asparagus as well. But for those who prefer something a little softer and not as grassy, you could go with simply an unoaked Chardonnay from a cooler climate. That would need to be Burgundy or coastal Sonoma in California or New Zealand, or a vibrant Pinot Grigio from northern Italy. Delightful flavors of pear and apple, almond as well, without being overly heavy. And let's not forget the aromatic whites like Albarino in Spain. They're made on the Atlantic coast of Spain, where the weather is much cooler. So these whites are from Spain, but they're crisp and acidic, while they have a saline minerality, stone fruit character as well. And of course, let's not forget German Riesling, especially a dry or just slightly off-dry style. It's going to sting, it's going to have bright acidity, floral, hence making it an excellent companion for spicy summer dishes and all your salads and delicious light entrees. Well, of course, the reds might seem counterintuitive in the heat. There are certain varieties, certain styles that thrive in summer settings. The key is to look for lighter bodied reds with minimal tannins and a juicy, fruity profile. Pinot Noir, of course, comes to mind first, especially when served slightly chilled, so no need to break the bank to put a lot of money on an expensive Pinot Noir. They can get really expensive. Just buy a simple, affordable one that's more likely to be fruity and light. Some cherry, raspberry characters, a bit of an earthy background as well, which is what we love from Pinot Noir. It's very versatile enough for grilled chicken, salmon, fish, seafood, or even the pizzas. Then Gamay, the grape behind the French Beaujolais wine, is another of my personal favorite reds for summer. Another excellent option offering vibrant red fruit, quaffable quality that makes it ideal for picnics and casual barbecues, and it's affordable as well, at least the light ones are. So even enjoy a light Lambrusco, which is a sparkling red from Italy, which is very cheap. You can chill it all you want because it's not complex at all to start with, so chilling it won't ruin it by any means. It offers a unique effervescence, a soft but delightful tartness that pairs wonderfully with the cured meat, so charcuterie board, a pasta salad, a caprese, tomato and mozzarella salad. I mean, this with a sparkling red from Italy, what else could you ask for? In the end, enjoying wine in summer extends just beyond the bottle that you choose, and you've got a few good suggestions so far. It's about, I think, the experience and more importantly, the sharing. I always say wine is for sharing with other people and family and loved ones, and in summer we share even more experiences, and wine is an important part. Those unique moments that we share where wine is an enhancer. And here we can quote that sparklings are good all year long, but especially in summer. You can explore Prosecco from Italy or Cava from Spain or even Champagne. You can watch my video on what are the differences between those three and some good alternatives to Champagne, cheaper alternatives. Found out which one is best for summer and which one is best for you in this video right here. Here you have it, my 10 wine suggestions for summer. There might have been even 11, a bonus one for you. Take care, drink safe and tasty, and I will see you soon in the wonderful world of wine. Cheers.